I'm Stephen Dial in Dallas.
I'm Rudy Koski in Austin.
And I'm Greg Krugen in Houston, and this is Texas, the issue is.
This week, we dive into the topic of the debate about raising the minimum age to buy an assault-style rifle. I sat down one-on-one with State Senator Roland Gutierrez, who represents Uvalde.
Sadly and unfortunately, what happened in Uvalde, unfortunately, will happen again in our state. We have to do things to fix this problem, so at least we make it somewhat harder. So at least we make it somewhat avoidable. Because if we do nothing, then shame on us.
Do you think that's realistic, though? Do you think when you guys are back, whether it be a special session, which likely won't happen, or during regular session, do you think Republicans and Democrats will agree to raise the age?
Well, let me go one further. The Republican mayor in Uvalde is asking for a special session, asking for an age limit increase. People are meeting across party lines on this. The only person that's not meeting on any level is Greg Abbott. He's not meeting the moment.
Recently, in North Texas, the governor said he believes, because of a federal judge in Fort Worth, that what you and others are asking for is not even doable, because a federal judge in North Texas said that it's not constitutional to impose an age restriction. What's your response to that?
He knows that that is a district court opinion, which has been stayed for the moment. He knows that the Attorney General has to appeal that case and ask for a stay of that decision. He knows that the Fifth Circuit, which controls that court in the state of Texas, has two decisions in NRA 1 and National Rifle Association 2. Both of those cases upheld age limits. And in both of those cases, the United States Supreme Court denied review. Absolutely, age limits are constitutional. 18 states have age limits. Age limits are legal in Texas. They're legal in the United States. 18 states have them. And until the United States Supreme Court, the Fifth Circuit will overturn the Fort Worth decision. He knows damn well what he's doing. And he's doing this because he doesn't want to face the real facts that in November, people are going to hold him to account.
Is it just talk of your colleagues saying, oh yeah, I'm for this, but when rubber meets the road, when you guys are back here in Austin, is that actually going to be something that's going to get bipartisan traction?
I'm going to be pushing for it. Listen, I'm a Democrat. I've got a lot of Republicans in my community that vote for me as well. I'm going to be pushing for this particular legislation. I've talked to 3 legislators on the other side of the aisle in the Senate that said, hey, this 18 thing makes sense. They still at the same time refuse to be mentioned. They want to remain anonymous. But we've got to get there. And I'm going to push, and these families in Uvalde are going to continue to push until lawmakers do the right thing.
Do you think Democrats are casting too wide of a net to try to have some bipartisanship?
They're not asking for the moon and the stars here. They're not asking for an assault weapons ban. They're asking for one small nominal thing. They sat there in front of the governor's mansion and asked for an age limit increase on military assault style weapons.
Is this bigger than politics?
If people only knew what that gun did to these little babies, they sure would change their positions in River Oaks and Highland Park and Alamo Heights and San Antonio and everywhere else. They sure would demand more change for some basic common gun sense if they saw what that weapon did to these babies.
And in one word, I think that interview, Senator Gutierrez was making an appeal. Greg, what would be your one word?
Stephen, I'm going to go with frustration.
Rudy, what's your one word?
I'm going to go with impasse.
All right, the Fox Texas Trio will be back after the break to break down this debate on raising the minimum age to purchase an assault-style rifle.